After months of negotiations, France has approved the sale of a Mistral helicopter carrier to the Russian Navy. That's according to the spokesman for the French Defense Ministry. Mistral is a state-of-the-art vessel that can carry up to 16 helicopters and more than 70 land vehicles. The deal's estimated worth is about $2 billion, making it the country's largest ever military import. For more details on the new deal, we're joined live by Alexander Pikayev from Moscow's Institute of World Economy and International Relations. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. So tell me, this deal follows many, many months of negotiations between Russia and France. Why so long?
Well, buying battleship, is not like buying basket of apples. You need to negotiate price, you need to negotiate intellectual property rights, maybe some special conditions apply to the deal. And also, according to international export control regimes, this deal should pass approval from various parts of the French government. It requires time-consuming, sometimes complicated interagency coordination process. So therefore, it took time, it took months, and there is no surprise here.
And so the Russian government has been criticized by both the West and from domestic military contractors for entering into this deal. Why so unpopular?
Well, indeed, several American senators wrote a letter asking to French government, asking not to sell this ship to the Russians because they are afraid that the ship could be used, for instance, against Georgia or to other missions which are not consistent with American foreign policy interests. Georgia itself protested. And regarding the Russian defense industry, it's clear the Russian defense industry wants to take this money for itself. And they asked questions, why should Russian taxpayers' money finance jobs for French shipbuilders, not for Russian shipbuilders? This is it happens every time when you want to buy something big and something special abroad.
And this is Russia's largest military import. Is this a sign that the Russian military may take a new step towards importing further military technology?
According to my knowledge, it's for the first time Russia buys such a big piece of armaments after World War II. So it's unprecedented. But I believe it is beginning of more and more military imports, because sometimes it's easier to buy already ready a product than to start its developing from the scratch. Russia occupies maybe 2.5% of the international gross domestic product. It spends very small money for its military. It's around 3% of Russian own GDP. And under these circumstances for the Russians, it is very difficult to develop all spectrum of weaponry Moscow might need. And therefore, in some non-crucial areas, Russia has to enter international military markets. Russia, for instance, is buying drones from Israel recently. Russia is buying this ship and probably several more ships of the same kind from France. And I believe that Russia will buy much more in the foreseeable future.
All right. Thank you very much for your analysis. Alexander Pikayev, with the Moscow Institute of World Economy and International Relations.